I guess it's tough for anybody to make a play every time.
Yeah, I think these tight ends today, Kate, spend as much time in the old ice bath as just about anybody. And when you don't make that catch and you take the contact, well, that stings like the first seconds in the ice.
So first and 10 now from the 30.
That's good for a Seahawks. First down.
Roll from the gun. Rolling out to his left. And he's just going to huck this one into about row C there. And some lucky fan and haul in a heck of a souvenir. Still working from the 30 as they line this up. Second and 10. Shotgun now for Milrow. And someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Picked off Alex Singleton. And just like that, a really good drive is taken away with an INT.
Sure was a lot of promise on that series, right? That's a small silver lining for them at the very least, but probably won't be much comfort now. And it's going to feel even worse when this quarterback watches the tape tomorrow.
He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And they'll take him down after he advances this up to about the 43. So we hit the end of the third quarter. It's Broncos football. They're on a mission here. They trail entering the fourth. First and 10 from the 43. Giving this to Harvey. Get some space around midfield. And he's stopped as he gets this one down to the 27-yard line. It's a 30-yard gain, Brock, so unsurprisingly, that gives him a first down.
You know, it is so refreshing for these running backs when they have space to run. It's hard. There's so many collisions between the tackles. When they get on the edge and have green grass, well, the best of them take advantage of it.
First down, and they go right back to it. He scampers ahead for about 4. It's second down now.
Well, a couple are happy getting that type of output on most run plays. It's a sign they're getting some good push up front, and this running back is seeing the lanes and paying them off.
4 yards on that first down run. Here's second and 6. Nix from the gun. He finds his back. Harvey. Home to the right. And he's taken down just in time at the 2. And even 20 yards on the play, and it awards them with a first and goal.
That's just so good. I mean, that is teaching tape right there. It's what you want your guys to do. To not just catch it and fall down, but have a plan. Yes, you got to catch it first, but then have a plan to go attack. Be aggressive. Get those yards after catch. That is a job well done.
From the red zone on first. He's got it. And they'll stand him up and sit him down at the line.
Some certainly do it better than others, Kate, but every running back in the league today has got to do just that. You cannot be a one-dimensional back in the league anymore. You can't. You got to be able to handle your business, both tote the ball as a runner, and really importantly as a check-down outlet on short throws.
He's hit and driven backwards. This is going to force him into third and goal.
That pass, it did put him in a position where he had to shake a defender. That's all you want. Give me a one-on-one. And he is capable of doing it, but not against that dude. That defender could not be shook, and he knocked him back across the line.
And it's incomplete on third and goal. Talk about coming up clutch with that contact on third and goal, partner. Now a decision for this offense to make on fourth down.
We know how hard it could be defensively in these goal-to-go situations. We know that you have got to be on point, every attention to detail. That's a job well done by that defense.
And they don't get the catch they need there. Their hand was forced, Brock. Had to try and go for it, but they turn it over on downs. Starting out trips right here. First and 10.
Come on.
Not deterred by that pick. He's throwing again. They did it! He made the interception! And into the end zone he goes. A pick 6 for Denver. Rookie quarterback, Brock, threw it away their last drive. It seemed like he might have been trying to do too much to make up for that mistake, and instead things snowball.
Yeah, these are the valuable lessons you have to learn from. You cannot be a mistake repeater. But being a rookie quarterback at App State, he threw 28 of them his rookie year. Sometimes you just learn on the job, but you cannot repeat those kind of mistakes.
That one splits the uprights. And the Broncos take the lead on that successful kick. Well, Brock, hopefully some short memories on offense as they get it right back here on the kickoff after that pick 6. And he won't opt opt to bring this one out. Content to keep it there in the end zone. They'll start their drive at the 35. The Seahawks in good field position to start this drive off as they head up to the line. 1st and 10. They give inside to Akers. And he gets a few on the plunge forward.
That's the kind of yardage. It's not going to kill this drive on the first play, but it does put you a little bit behind schedule. Now, 2nd down becomes critical because nobody wants a 3 and out.
And he just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be 3rd down.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of him.
Breaks the tackle. He's got space ahead. The 30. He's at the 10. Push for the end zone. All the way. Touchdown, Seattle. The Seahawks take a 4th quarter lead. Jackson Smith-Njigba with a touchdown. So that, Brock, an important score here as they move out in front.
This is the time of the game where your legs just get a little bit tired. But that was a determined-looking drive right there. They were not going to be denied, and they're able to score and take the lead.
All right, they're going to throw for it. Getting out to his left. Ooh, this is so tough, Brock. You understand what he was trying to do, make something happen, ended up outside the pocket, but even some added creativity can't yield 2 points here.
You get down here on these 2-point conversions, the real estate just gets gobbled up in a hurry. Not only for the QB, but the receivers as well. Only so much time to try to make something work before that defender said, "Not in my house."
Here's Myers now to handle the kickoff. Okay, well, that one's over the 20, the landing zone, and almost everything else we got here today. So that football coming out to our 35-yard line. Good starting field position for the Broncos as they get ready for 1st and 10. Harvey headed right. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that 1st down play.
You want to see the term read and react to the little video in the football dictionary? That's it.
1st down run netted him nothing. Here is 2nd and 10. Shotgun snap to Nix. Throwing the out route complete. Rolling into enemy territory. And he has this down to the 34. That one goes for 31 yards. And that's good for a Broncos 1st down.
I think every quarterback around the world would agree, Kate. You love throwing a short pass to a tight end and then give that guy a chance to show off his speed in the open field. He outruns defense to make it a much bigger gain.
Run left side, Harvey. And he's not going to be happy picking himself back up after this. They're sent backwards on 1st down. Man, some of these middle backers are so impressive these days, Brock. No problems at all for him to range downhill and cut that play down behind the line.
Kind of the calling card of the position played today. They're not as big as they once were, but boy, can they run. As you said, whether it's downhill or sideline to sideline like that.
And he's got his guys into the red zone before someone can force him out. That chunk worth a nice 21 yards. And it's going to be 1st down, Denver.
1st and 10 at the 16-yard line.
They send a man in motion. From the red zone now. Yet another interception, and that could be what does it. That is Nick Emanwari. And the Seahawks get it back after making their 3rd first-half interception. 1st and 10 from the 32.
At their own 32-yard line.
Let's go now.
They're going play action. Flush down now to his left. And he's just going to get rid of this one. Smart move there when you saw the field. It's going to be 2nd down. Here's Akers up the middle. And the stop is made just before he's able to reach that midfield strike. That's 16 on the pickup. And that gives the Seahawks the 1st.
Ready.
Once again, it's Akers. And this play doesn't work out like the last snap, right? So you can only get back to the line as the defense all over this one. That 5-point lead. All right, here we go. Second down. Now a handoff for Akers. And they'll find that for a few. It's third down.
He's taken down at the 50-yard line. A 3-yard gain on the play. Brings up
They look to throw it. Right side, Shaheed's got it. And he's brought down right in the neighborhood of that 40-yard line. We have a timeout called by the Broncos. That's their first.
That's good.
And they are quite frustrated having to call that after giving up the first. So fresh set of downs now from the 39. A give to Akers. And they're going to keep moving forward, Brock, down inside the opposing 30. So a new set of downs. Here we go, first and 10.
That's another Seahawks first down.
They'll try the right side with Akers. And no repeat success of that last run as he only is able to get back to the line on this play. Last run only gained a yard. That means it's 2nd and 9. Oh, Brock, look at this. He's setting up to throw it. Smith and Jigba there to grab it. And he didn't get much time to secure it as he takes a shot. Good job to even hang on through that catch there.
A 7-yard gain on the play. And it's third down.
They pitch it to him. And this is going to go in the wrong direction. He loses just about the amount of yards they needed to get there. It's going to be 4th down. An important attempt coming up here for Jason Myers. From the left hash, this would be 43 yards. Just a little too offline, and it clangs off the run upright. No good. And their lead will remain unchanged in the 4th. First down now, ball at the 33.
I just love watching these special teams coaches, for better or worse. Kind of like the kickers, they live and die with these moments, and they're not all boinking off the upright. And that special teams coach and that entire unit a bit deflated. Kid, if you've heard me say it once, you've heard me say it 100 times. Completions, completions, completions. Well, that wasn't a pass, it was a scramble, but it nets the same thing, keeping this offense on schedule.
And this one falls incomplete. No miracles on the final drive today.